In terrestrial environments, animals can eat other animals, and ultimately, many of these animals are herbivores which eat plants. The plants are performing photosynthesis and storing sunlight as energy in biomolecules, but also then creating carbon, base carbon molecules like sugars and fats and proteins, which then animals use. So thus the photosynthesis of plants, which are producers, is the foundation for terrestrial food chains. In the same way, in freshwater environments, it is the photosynthesis of algae, very often green algae, which is thus then the foundation of the aquatic food chains, because it is these green algae which are using sunlight in photosynthesis to store energy in biomolecules and to convert carbon dioxide into the carbon of biomolecules. Green algae are different from other forms of algae, such as brown algae and red algae. Not only are they classified as a different group, and in many cases are unrelated to other algae like brown algae or diatoms, but then have different characteristics as well. The organisms which you see in this video, ranging from the ciliate paramecium to the arthropod, which is known as an ostracod, these depend on the algae for a number of things. The algae are providing habitat and may provide the mat through which they live and hunt. They are providing the oxygen they are breathing. And obviously, many can then feed on algae. The green algae, there are about 8,000 species known, are split into two different groups, the chlorophyta and the charophyta. And these are quite diverse. Many green algae are one-celled. These can be modal, swimming with the use of flagella. Although green algae can exist as unicellular organisms, they can also form colonies, sometimes small colonies of 4 spherical cells, but quite often long filaments, which then can form algal mats. There are diverse species of green algae which are forming the long filaments here. Of note is the genus Spirogyra with its interesting spiral chloroplasts. In some of the Spirogyra images, they have just completed sexual reproduction to produce a single celled diploid stage, a zygospore, which will then perhaps last over winter or through harsh environmental conditions before germinating to form the typical colonies with the spiral chloroplasts once again. Green algae can also exhibit more complex branching patterns, as is evident here. And in one group, the desmids, a variety of shapes are possible, including these elongated forms. Desmids are part of the group Charophyta, which are actually more closely related to land plants than they are the other green algae of the division Chlorophyta.